Hey, everybody, and welcome. How are you doing? It looks like it's a great day to be inspired and get some things going. My name is Emmanuel Glaze, and welcome to Clear Vision with EGlaze. I'm so happy to be able to do this. Over the years, I've been able to do so many things in media, from 12 years of the Crush Sports Talk to 6 years of doing the EGlaze Chronicles, and also being able to do my nonprofit Optimize the Vision. So this inspired me to create a show that we can follow and get with people who have a clear vision and inspire you. So I'm glad that you're joining us, and we look forward to doing this more often with some great people. You get to meet some great people over the time, and some people that I just been blessed to be able to connect with, which is like our first guest. Our first guest is Dr. Daquesha Chever. She's a board-certified family medicine physician, a renowned and much sought-after author, speaker, and consultant. She's an author. Her first book, Step Into Your Destiny, is an Amazon #1 bestseller. She has another book coming out that's out right now called Releasing. Make sure you go get your copy now. She has so much going on, but somehow she still finds a way, because she has, when she's not in her free time, when she's in her free time, she enjoys cooking, gardening, and writing self-help books. She advocates for total wellness to uplift the health and lifestyle of all. She has passionately pursued helping others grow into their best selves through her writing. Please, everybody, join me in welcoming Dr. Daquesha Chever, or as people like to call her, Dr. D. How are you doing today?
I am great. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am fantastic. I want to start the show with this, Dr. D. What inspired you to get into medicine, into family practice, and to help others as the way that you do?
So the journey wasn't very clear at first, but it became clearer and clearer as I became more involved in the medical field. So I actually started off as a medical assistant way back when, too long ago, and I decided that I was just showing up every day, excited to learn, eager to be there at work. I was very passionate about being a medical assistant, and everyone around me could see that. I I exuded that, and they became my mentors. Everybody there, from the front desk to the back office, and then the physicians, and there were resident physicians there who were training, and they just saw that I was so just enthusiastic about medicine. So they mentored me, and so I just became more and more involved, and my focus became clear. And so once you have that clear vision, I just went for it. And that's what I want everyone else to do too, is just whenever you have that dream, that passion, that desire to go forward in your life, in your career, in your health, in your wellness, whatever it might be, don't lose focus of that.
It's different to have, you know, to inspire, but to actually take the path and to go down the path of growing and pursuing. Because yeah, I want to do this is one thing, but to actually do it. Talk about the, I guess, for lack of a better term, the grind to get to where you are today. Because it's a lot of education, there's a lot of this, and there's a lot of this, but
Mhm.
the grind it took for you to become Dr. D or Dr. Daquesha to get you here.
Yeah, the grind. It was hard. I'm not going to sit here and say it was easy. A lot of challenges, a lot of failures and pitfalls along the way. And you have to have a strong team, a strong support team. You have to have your family who also believes in you, because when there's days that I didn't believe in myself, they were there to encourage me and to help me in my journey. So a lot of self-love too. I had to find myself, discover who I was, believe in myself and my value and self-care and everything I talk about in my books. I can do that because I lived it. I went through it. And so that what inspires me to inspire others, is because I've been down the journey. I know what it looks like to have failures and setbacks. And as a physician, my primary goal is to always make sure my patients are educated, because education is key. It's got me to where I am, and I had to do a lot of staying up late and at the library until it closed, and then I go find a coffee shop that was open to 4 a.m. and go there and study too. I mean, a lot of sleepless nights. This was not an easy journey, but it's such a passionate field that I'm in. Every time I learned something, it kept encouraging me. It was like adding another log on the fire. It kept it burning for me. So I just want everyone to know that they can too, whatever it is that they want to do in their life, that they just can keep adding the log to the fire, keep it burning, don't ever let it die out. As a child, I didn't, well, not a child, but most people, they say kids know what they want to do when they're younger, but
right.
I didn't know until I was in high school, or not even later and on past high school. Actually, I didn't want to go to college at first. So that was the biggest hurdle I had, was just, and that was about self-discovery, who I was around the wrong crowds. I was doing things I shouldn't be doing and with people that I shouldn't have been with. And so now I just see that it's easier for me if I surround myself with those who are believing like I do, who are investing in themselves and who inspire, and we can feed into each other. And it's just a way to connect with everybody. And I think everyone needs to be encouraged. I still need to be encouraged. But like I said before, it's all about your support system and who's around you that is believing in you.
You talk about support system, which is very important, and I can take it from there. I can agree with you so much on that. Once you found that support system and they were able to get you to help you find your clear vision, what did that look like for you? What did that propel you to do? What did they do to help? What was it? Whispers in your ears? Was it waking up? Was it phone calls? It was text? It was lunches? What was that like to help you continue to make that path that you needed to get to where you are now?
Yeah, so it was a lot of prayer. My mom, my dad, my family, sisters, everybody believed in me. They would pray for me, make sure that I had, a special meal or a special, item that would help me, to inspire me, whether it was a gift card or something else. I mean, they just kept me motivated and uplifted. And that's what, your support team is supposed to do.
When we continue down, once you were able to find a support system, you were finding what you wanted to do. When you start helping people, when you were able to see that you're helping thousands of people, what did that do for you? What was that feeling like? What has that feeling been like? And what is it like for you to be able to say that the work that I do supports my community, it supports my family, and also supports myself?
It's a feeling that goes beyond like words. I mean, to realize that I am truly making a difference in someone's life, whether it's through my book or in the office, it's just overwhelming to be able to be in that position, to be a help in need of time and trouble. I feel very blessed and fortunate to be where I am. And like I said, the journey was long, but I had a clear vision to become a physician. And like I said, all along the way, all on that journey, there were things that I took with me to help me and to guide me and to stay on the path. And so now that I'm here and I arrived, I want everybody else to know too, hey, look, it's going to be hard. It's going to be obstacles, but I want you to keep going too, because don't give up. And it's all about, releasing out the best in you, releasing out some of those things that aren't so good, past hurts, failures, things that I had to release to get to me to where I am today. It's so important that you just keep having this huge releasing party, this releasing spree. It's what I always talk about. And that's what helps everybody, I feel, to get to their next best in their health and their relationships and their their day-to-day activities. I mean, you have to just keep showing up.
Let's talk about the first book, Step Into Your Destiny. What inspired you to write that book, and was it just a culmination of everything after you were going through it? What gets you to the point where you say, you know what, I talk about it, I write in journals, I do this and I'll do that, but now I'm gonna put this on pen and paper and get it out there to the masses?
Yeah, so I wanted a next best. So it was Step Into Your Destiny, Your Next Best is Waiting is the title of this book. So I was eager, I was ready, I was hungry, I wanted more. So I had, checked off all these boxes, and let me tell you, the boxes were not easy to check off. And I had arrived to becoming a physician. I was working, and I was in the urgent care. I
Yeah.
was seeing, 30 to 50 patients a day. And I was like, there's got to be more. There has to be something else, right? Like we all do that in our
Right.
career. Like we're like, okay, you're telling me this is going to be it? Like this is it? I'm going to do this rest of my life. So I'm like, okay, go back to the basics, go back to your foundation. Your foundation was to help people. So how else can I help people? And so I discovered that I had a passion for writing. I think I knew I had a passion for writing from a long time ago. I used to write poetry as a child growing up, and get all my frustrations out in a diary and things like that. So I knew I liked to write. So I was like, okay. And I also read a lot of books as in medical school, and not just the chemistry books. I read self-help books because I was like trying to help myself to get to where I needed to be. I didn't have a therapist, or I didn't have a doctor that I could rely on. I was 60 miles away from home, living on campus in Athens, Ohio. And so I had to find ways to encourage myself in my community there. So I read a lot of books, and I said, hey, you know what? There has to be something else I can do to help people in a way that I truly wanted to help people, which was starting from within. Like I mentioned before, I didn't really want to go to college. I was a rebel. I was a wildflower in my parents' garden. And so I wanted to be able to help people in a different way. So
Yeah.
these books that I'm writing are inspirational. They're helpful books to keep people on their journey wherever they are, and if they're in the beginning, the middle, or towards the end. I think they can inspire them.
What, from what you're seeing, and what is the one thing that in most communities is some of the challenges that a lot of people face, that you say that's some things that we really need to be focused on? And I know you talk about releasing,
Mhm.
and things of that nature, but what are some of the things that you've seen, and when you're talking to people and listening to people and working with people, that you're sitting there saying, this is some of the things that we need to release from ourselves?
Mhm. A lot of it's internal trauma, drama,
Mhm.
things that have happened to them that they've experienced that they can't let go of. A lot of it may be their self-esteem, and that goes back to whatever happened to them when they were growing up, or whatever they faced as an adult. Self-esteem tank is empty, and
Mm.
so people can't go on if they don't have the self-esteem to believe in themselves. You can go on and like encourage all you want, but if that person inside does not want to be better, then they have a hard time to do that. So I try to start with, I look at their self-esteem. It's one thing that I see is low or lacking in a lot of people, like the self-doubt, self-fears, that has to be released. Sometimes you have to go even bigger outside of yourself, right? Because sometimes you do have good self-esteem and you're confident, but something else is blocking you. So it could
Mm.
be your support system isn't really supportive. I
Wow.
mean, they're there, but are they really there? Are they feeding into you?
Yeah,
Are they ministering to you? Are
absolutely.
they praying for you? Are they with you
Absolutely.
to help you when you're crying? I mean, you have to have a strong support system,
Yeah.
and so you might have to let some people go.
Mm.
Everybody can't go on your journey. You have to realize
Mm.
that you have to unpack some bags, make your journey lighter. So you might have to unpack habits, unpack hurtful things, unpack the people who are bringing you down, the naysayers. You have to let them go, release them
Mm.
too.
That's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, because we always feel, and we have to, um, if they helped us in any way, we feel like we have to keep them going. But sometimes they can be a weight instead of an uplift. So which brings me to the next question. You went ahead and you authored another book, and right behind you, releasing
Mhm.
manifestation, manifesting all of me. Sorry about that. What's brought you into this book, and what is talk to us about it?
Yeah, so manifesting all of me is beyond the stepping into your destiny, right? Stepping into your destiny is a guide to self-love, self-care, getting rid of naysayers, all that stuff. Manifesting is actually taking that one step further, really digging into who you are and digging into your relationship with yourself and spiritually. We all have to be able to find something that we can, integrity wise, that we can hold on to. So manifesting all of me is more about, okay, now that I have dreams and I have visions and I can see it, now what? So what do I do next? So how do you manifest those things? How do you keep inspiring yourself? How do you keep the journey? How do you keep the logs on the fire burning? So that's more about what manifesting all of me is about.
You talk about self-esteem when you're talking through your journey, and when you talk and work with people, has it been a harder thing for people to be able to look at themselves and quote unquote forgive themselves and believe in themselves, or is it community? What is the hardest thing for people to be able to manifest all of me per se?
I think it's sometimes a physical. I think people let things that they're physically dealing with, their health, right? So things that, they're tired, they have an ailment, they have a setback in their mental health, they have a addiction, they have something else physically that's going on with their bodies. And so once I can get that person to take control, take charge of their health, the other things fall into place, because it's a mind-body connection.
Yeah. I always like to ask this question to people like you who inspire communities. When you think about everything you've been able to do, whatever you've been able to accomplish, what is your why? What inspires you?
What inspires me is just being able to help other people. I love seeing everybody else win. I'm not I like to share, right? And so I like everybody. I want to see everybody winning. I want to see, I like to win, but I like to see everybody else win. I want to see people win with me. I like to be able to be a cheerleader. So, I can be a physician, but I also want to be your cheerleader. I want to be your advocate. I want to help you. I want to help you on a mental level, and help you on a physical level as a physician. A lot of times people come into the office and they already know what they have to do. They know it, but they don't have a cheerleader. They need somebody to cheer them on. And so that's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about, being their cheerleader.
So I'm sure, you kind of, before we talked in the pre-show, you told me a little thing about there's something else coming back. So we're going through it. We stepping into our destiny at the beginning. We manifesting all of me. So I know there has to be another one coming. I don't know if you can tell the title, but what's coming up? What's coming up for you, Dr. D?
No, I can't tell the title yet.
Okay.
But definitely it's gonna be about more wins. More wins. Never stop winning. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our time is almost up, and I just want to say thank you for doing this. We appreciate you so much for being on there. Outside of writing, what else future-wise should we be on the lookout for Dr. D?
More shows. Want to get into more guest work, and I want to get into more production work on my own. More tours, more book tours. I've been traveling all around the world, having everybody go on their own releasing sprees through my book tour events. And I couldn't do that without the help of some sponsors. So if I could just take a second just to thank my sponsors who have supported me. Do Nothing Average, Credit Financial at Mr. Ricky Currington, the owner, DNA Financial .wixsite.com. So once again, it was Do Nothing Average. And then Kendall Kidd, Rob Moore, Antoinette Robinson, Payless Auto Repair. And I think it takes a whole tribe. So definitely want to say thank you to all my sponsors. And of course, everyone can follow me themselves on social media at Dr. Daquesha. I have Facebook and Instagram social media handles.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I want to know, just give me, for people always, I'm sure people are going to ask, what is a releasing spree?
So I'm glad you asked. So releasing spree is a self-empowering party, right? So you're going to be releasing out all this good energy, all the good things that you want to happen to your life. It's like a magnified vision board that you have for your life. So that's your releasing spree. But, as you release, you have to figure out the things that we already talked about that aren't so good, right? So you have to release out those things too, which could be hard. Remember, the journey is not easy. So the releasing spree is releasing out the good and the bad, because there's things that you have to get rid of to go on. So I just want everybody to have their own releasing spree. So go ahead, get the book, and follow me on social media, on Instagram. I would love that. Stay in touch with me. And that's how you can have your releasing spree.
There it is. Ooh, I bet you be having those sprees be some emotions up in there, boy. I bet it be some, how they say, woo saws all over the place.
Aha moments happen in the releasing sprees. Yes, some definite aha moments are happening. People are, figuring out who they are, self-discovering who they are, believing in themselves, and getting rid of their hurts, habits, and hangups.
And you are doing some fantastic work. I thank you so much for joining. Make sure y'all follow her, Dr. Daquesha. Releasing1.com as well, right? If that's the website,
so the website is releasing the number one,
yeah.
.com.
Yeah, you can find a lot of great information, the books over there, and all of that good stuff there. Thank you again for joining us. It was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people find their clear vision. So that's the show, guys. We thank y'all out there. I'm EGlaze, and that's the Clear Vision. The Clear Vision. See, I can't even get the first show. The Clear Vision. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later.